What up, Freediver fans? Jonathan here with you today, and I want to talk about foot pockets and how in the world we make sure these things are going to fit our feet. Two major areas that I'm looking for when I'm looking to fit my foot pockets on my feet is something that I want to make sure that you guys pay attention to, right? So the first area is across the top of the foot, right? So where the foot pocket meets the top of your foot. Some people have like a high arch, or they have different little like bone things that are going on. So we want to make sure that those top areas are comfortable when you're putting your foot pocket on, right? So if you're feeling like someone is standing on top of your foot when you have your foot in the foot pocket, that's no good, right? You need to either change brands or go up in size. So that's one area that you're going to look at. Now, a lot of times when you leave your foot pocket, your foot in the foot pocket, you'll take it off and you'll see like a red mark over the top of your foot. Now, if that red mark has any like pain or tingling or anything like that, that's when you know you need to change sizes or brand. If you see that red mark and it doesn't have any kind of pain or discomfort, that's perfectly fine. It just is the rubber rubbing against your top of your foot. So keeping that in mind of like that top part of your foot pocket is one very important area that's going to cause discomfort, and you just need to be a little more sensitive to that in the store, or if you're buying them online, trying them on and then sending them back. The second area is where the tendons or the rails meet the foot pocket, right? So up here on the sides, sometimes people can feel like a inward pressure from these foot pockets to where it actually almost feels like your foot is in like a vice, to where like it's literally being squeezed, and sometimes your toes will even like overlap. If any of those things happen, change out the foot pocket, get a different size or a different brand, because they do all fit a little bit differently. So those are the two main fitting areas of discomfort or pain that we're looking for, and we want to make sure that we address those before we marry our pockets to our blades. Now, one of the most common things that I've seen and heard people talk about when they go to try on a foot pocket is they'll put their foot in the foot pocket, they'll stand up, and then they'll like pop their heel to try to get the heel to pop out of the foot pocket. I don't know where this started, but honestly, I don't think it's a great test, because the last time that I was in the water and like got to the bottom and then like popped my heel like Betty Boop, didn't happen, right? Like that never has happened. So why would I try to replicate something in the dive shop that I'm never gonna do in the ocean? And maybe someone's got a better example of that. If you guys do have a reason as to why that works, put it in the comments below. But otherwise, what I like to do is when I put my foot pocket on, I wanna point my toe, right? So just like you're swimming in the ocean, you point your toe, and then I'm looking for this edge at the top of the foot pocket to be nice and flush with my skin, right? So if it's got a big gap or it's cutting off the circulation when I'm pointing my toe, then I'm gonna make sure that I change size or brand. But pointing your toe after you get the foot pocket on, that's step number one. Step number two is I am gonna have you go back to that 90-degree angle, right? So that where your foot is flat and your leg is coming up out of the foot pocket. And then you're gonna take a single finger and stick it on the side of the foot pocket. Now what I'm looking for here is that while it's on your foot, you can fit one finger in the side. Now, one finger, totally fine, right? I don't think that foot pocket is too big. If you can't fit a single finger in, it's probably too small, right? But then take two fingers side by side. If they cross over, that means that one finger was just fine. But side by side, if you can fit without, like stretching the foot pocket crazy ridiculous, if two fingers fit, it's probably too big. I would go down a size, or again, change brand. So that's kind of the areas that you can look at as far as like, how do I know if this foot pocket fits my feet? So that's the two things I'm looking for, is pointing the toe and then also planting your foot and checking with your finger. The heel pop, the Betty Boop thing just doesn't seem to work out very well for me, because you never do that in the ocean. So that's kind of like how they fit, how to make sure that you've got the right one. So now that you've done all those things, and let's say you've got 2 or 3 that fit you really well, and now you're just looking for the performance differences between the 3 or 4 or 5 or 7 options that you might have. So things to look at there is, what blades are you going to be putting in these pockets? Not all blades fit all pockets. So the nice thing about here at Florida Freedivers is 95% of the blades, whether they be fiberglass, carbon fiber, or plastic that we carry, fit with 95% of our pockets. So if you're online and you're grabbing the SEAC pockets and the Florida Freediver blades, those fit. Or any other blades, those fit, right? So the SEAC pockets is one of our most popular pockets here in the store. And then the new Setma S-Wings, which I've got a video about as well, is growing in popularity as well. So talking a little bit about the different pockets, right? You've got rails or sometimes no rails, right? Things to look at. When you have a rail on your foot pocket, if it is soft, right, it's going to help your blade perform truer to the actual blade performance. If there's no rail at all, that's the best way that you can get the most reaction or response out of the blade. So if you want a soft blade and you have no rails, you're going to truly get a soft blade. Now, if you have something that's a little bit stiffer, right? These Omers been around for a long time. The Stingrays, the rail system on them is a little bit stiffer, a little bit more rigid. So you just need to maybe take that into consideration. If you're looking for a medium or a stiff fin, if you get a medium or stiff fin with the Omer Stingrays, they're going to be even stiffer, right, all the way out to here, because they've got this rail, this tendon, that's keeping them from being bent. So just maybe you might go down in stiffness and then let the foot pockets build that stiffness back up. Another really cool pocket that I like a lot is the JBL. It's a super soft tendon, and so I like these guys a lot. These are the ones that I'm currently using. They fit my feet really, really well. And then the Pathos is a super popular one as well. Very, very soft, nimble rails. So that is also another really good option. Super lightweight as well. That's what a lot of people like the Pathos for. You just need to be careful, in my opinion, with the Pathos pockets. They tend to break down a little bit quicker because they are so light. They don't hold up as long as some of the other brands out there that I've seen. They tend to break down a little bit quicker. Some of the other things that I just want to talk to you guys about, a lot of times I've seen the manufacturers will send these pockets with like a little plastic insert, right, to kind of help protect them during shipping. You wouldn't think this would ever happen, but I have actually seen people use their fins with the plastic insert inside the fin. So be sure to actually take out that plastic insert, right, before you put your foot in the foot pocket. This is not like a plastic insert that you want to leave in. You want to take this guy out. And honestly, I end up throwing them away. I never end up putting them back in my foot pockets. It's something that I don't think is really necessary. So once you take those guys out, you can leave them out and be fine from there. The last thing I want to talk about is, how do you attach my blade to my pocket? I'm going to have a whole nother video as far as like how to show you how to drill the pockets and actually mate them together with the different brands. But right now I want to talk to you about, there's drilling option or gluing. So with gluing, it's permanent, right, for the most part. You can sometimes save the blade, but most of the time you're going to ruin the pocket, right? So the Pathos, the S-Wing, those are the most popular gluing options that are out there. The S-Wing's a little bit different. You might be able to get away with saving the pocket and the blade after you've glued them up. But the Pathos, once they're glued on, they're glued on. So if you ever want to change blades or change sizes or anything like that, you're going to be losing the pockets because you're going to have to take them off with a razor blade, maybe some other type of cleaning agent to get the rest of the pocket off the blade. So just keep that in mind. Once you have the Pathos on a carbon fin or a fiberglass fin, that's it. Those are the set that goes with that. Now with the others, you've got the option to drill the blade and mate that blade to the pocket. Now the nice thing about nowadays is that most of the pockets out there have the same hole pattern, and what I mean by that is that the holes are the same width apart. They're not like some are all over the place. It used to be that there was a bunch of different styles, and so most of the manufacturers have gone to the same width on their hole pattern. Where it is a little bit different is where the holes line up on the blade. So if you turn these guys over, you can see the blades fit in the back of the foot pocket, and you have these holes that the screws go through to pinch the blade against the pocket. And so you just want to make sure that you test the blade inside the pocket, and then what I like to do is mark them with a Sharpie and then pull them out and drill the holes. Some blades are beyond the bend and some are in front of the bend, and the bend of the blade itself. So you can check out that video of how I assemble those fins and what that kind of looks like, but just kind of know the differences between screwing and gluing. But yeah, hopefully this video is giving you guys some good information as to how to make a good choice on which foot pockets to get for you, and how to know, make sure the dive shop's not telling you the wrong thing. You can have your own education and go in there making an informed and good purchase, or of course call us and we'll sell them to you as well. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did find value in this content, please be sure to share this content with your buddies, and also make sure you smash that like button, and we will see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did find value in this content, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and leave us a like. And if you had any questions on any of the content that we followed in this video or any of our other videos, just leave us a comment in the section below and we'll be sure to get back to you on that. And as always, you can find all of the products that we talk about, including this cool hat, on our website at flfreedivers.com, and we'll see you in the next one.